Yes, we do.
We absolutely 100% love the fact that we spoil our audience that way, because every time they don't hear our voices, they're like, what's happening? What's happening? Is this
Yeah,
another show? We don't hear you guys. What's going on? We're hearing music. Why are we hearing music? And it's like, really? Is
because
music the worst thing in the world? Don't y'all
that's what
love
I'm
music?
saying. I know.
But guess what? Guess
Them
what?
your peoples.
Guess what
Them
that
your
means?
peoples.
That
What?
means they love us more than they love the music, girl.
They love to hear us yap.
That's
But I
right.
said those because I said those two girls don't have no life. So let's just entertain them.
They don't have a life. Let's just go hang
Ah,
with them for a little bit, make them feel
you
good.
know. Right,
They
right.
make us feel good. That's right.
So as you guys can tell, we started a little bit late. So we're not even gonna go into the wow moment or that little segment that we usually have. We're just gonna dive right into the topic today, which is the health and wellness, which this chubby girl over here needs some help.
Anyways,
Okay?
why do you always say
Let
that?
me tell you, I am chubby. Listen, I was blaming it on everything until I realized I was plain old fat. Okay? First, I was saying it was fibroids why I'm fat, right? So I
But
went and did my little surgery. Still chubby. So and I was like, okay, maybe it's my thyroid, maybe it's did the test, came back, nothing wrong with me.
no
So you know
fiber.
what?
There's nothing wrong with
I'm just plain old fat and need to lose some weight. That's basically
no
what it
excuses,
is.
right?
No more tests, no more excuses or anything like that. Because I was
Amen. You can't
listen,
blame it on anything but
can't blame it on nothing but stop eating so much food.
stop
That's it.
eating. That's hilarious. Oh my
So
gosh. You
therefore,
went and checked your thyroid and checked
listen, I've checked
everything.
everything that would make me be able to put on weight to blame it. I said, oh child, that's my thyroid, or child, it's the fibroids. And did the surgery for the thyroid still got there? Did the thyroid? Oh no, Andrea, everything is fine. Okay. Therefore, doc, you're telling me I'm just plain old fat and I need to lose the weight and eat healthy. And therefore, I'm loving this segment, this topic that we're having because I'm getting there and I need help.
But
So
guess what? But guess
what?
what? There is a new show. I don't know exactly what channel it's on, but it's different everywhere because, I'm in the Northeast. So I'm in the New York, New Jersey area, and you're in Florida. Both of you guys are in Florida. But there's a new so I don't know where you're gonna get it, but there's a new show called Thick or something like that. It's like a modeling show that's coming on, and it's for all thicker ladies, and they're teaching them how to model. It's kind of like that show that Tyra Banks used
Oh,
to have.
With Ashley Graham, the Ashley
No,
Graham, she's a
Jesus.
model.
Uh,
She's a thick, according to them,
to Shira,
big
I forget her name. Oh Lord, that's
Tara?
horrible. I can't forget. I can't remember.
Takara.
Takara? Was she
Takara.
She was on
Thank
American
you.
Top Model. I think she was like the last one
Yes,
I ever
Yes.
watched.
Takara, thank you so much, Michelle. Takara from Top Model. She's the host of this, and
oh yeah.
yes. So
See,
she's
big
teaching
girls can do
them,
that too.
huh?
Listen, listen. I don't mind being thick, but the belly part, man, the belly, that part, they need to suck it out with a
I
vacuum.
think that is
Listen,
a common issue with all of us women.
let
We
me tell you
struggle
something.
with the stomach because me, no matter
If
how much I lose the weight, and when I was in the gym, I was in the gym every single day, and even still, and eating right, working out, everything, still, the gut is the hardest
I'm
part to
so
lose.
I'm so tempted. Let me tell you something. If I lose my tummy, I'm telling people right now, y'all can't talk to me.
Oh Lord.
Okay, because the memes that say walking into Friday, like
Yes, that'll be you.
I'll be walking into flat tummy. Yo, y'all could talk to me. Okay, you'd have to call me Miss Andrea, Miss
Miss,
Reese,
okay,
Miss
Miss Reese is walking in right now.
what?
Hello.
Brand new life stepping. man.
Girl, you'll still be fat, right? So you wouldn't care to be fat, right? As long as you have a flat stomach, everything is all right.
I like my thickness. Don't get me wrong.
You were the one who said it. I'm repeating what you said.
My belly. Yeah.
So if you lose the belly, butt, you'll be all right.
I have a big butt. Okay, that alone right there. And a flat tummy, you can't talk to me. I'm sorry. I don't care who wants to say about that. I'm all that in a bag of chips. So come on, Michelle. Come on and help me so I can be walking into life.
So now that you are a radio personality, Takara and the show Thick, are you going to be going on there to strut your stuff, girl?
I know, right? Strut that, Reese. Strut.
That's right. Walk into every day. Walk into that show Thick like, yes, what? I am here.
Thickums
is here.
Y'all are a mess.
And you're about to earn your name right now, too. Tell everybody what your screen name is. I won't say it. I'll let you say it.
Who, me?
What Reese? Is your...
Reese.
What's your name on Instagram, girl?
Certified Cougar. And there, let me tell you that. I'm not feeling certified lately, but I'm telling you, if I get back to that, man.
Oh, that cougar will come out in full force, right?
What? I'm just not a regular cougar. I'm certified.
Certified cougar.
Certified.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
In the building. That's right. Own that strut.
Michelle is like, girl. Why did I decide to come on this show?
I
forgot how crazy.
Yo, this is a wild ride. It's only been like 5 minutes. I'm like, what?
And we're not even drinking, girl. So you can imagine.
Okay. Can you imagine if we drank?
Oh, Lord.
It's the last thing we do.
I'll be scared of y'all.
Welcome back to the show, Michelle.
Oh, thank you for having me again.
Yes. We need some.
Absolutely. Reese, are we on the radio? We're on all of our mediums right now.
We are on Facebook Live. We are on the radio. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody, so we are live right now. Make sure that you're joining us. We got a little bit of a late start today, but we sorry.
We sorry,
guys. But we're here. You know, we live for Wednesdays. As you know, we live for our cut up day.
Yes.
So, because as Reese said, we don't have a life, so this is our life.
This is our life, so
we make the most of it.
Yes, we sure do.
So join us. And for all of you folks who hang with us every week, or if you haven't joined us before, we know that we have a lot of you listeners. You don't always comment. We know this, but you're listening. And then later on, you're checking us out on our YouTube page, because as you know, once we're done, we're going to upload the episode to our YouTube page, like we tell you guys every week, or just ride with us right now on our live on Facebook. So go to our Let's Connect page and you'll see it pop up right there, because we're on live right now. We're here every Wednesday. Our show again is called Let's Connect, and we're connecting with you from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock today, and every Wednesday Eastern Standard Time. So come on, if you can't, and a lot of time, you know, Reese, our listeners will always say, oh man, I missed you guys today or something. Again, I'm going to remind you, if you missed us, we're so sorry that you missed us, but you check us out on YouTube. Or sometimes they say, oh, I can only spend like a half an hour with you guys. We know you're at work. It's okay. Yes. If you can only spend half an hour with us, you can only spend 10 minutes. You can spend a lot of times what our listeners do. Even last week, as we noticed, they were popping on and off on our live with us. So as long as you're riding with us,
They're
Huh?
listening on the DL. They're
Yeah,
listening on the
they
DL,
listen on the DL,
on the
but
down
sometimes
low.
they join us and they pop in and they pop out and they pop in. And you guys, you don't have to apologize to us. We love you for even being here. Our stats will pick you up anyway, so we know you're with us. All right, so keep joining us. And,
Yes, and also, please call us on 718-925-3056 if you want to join in on the conversation.
Yep, let's say that again, Reese.
718-925-3056.
That's right. So call us.
Call so Carol can answer the phone, please, people. One day, even if it's one call to make her day.
Yes.
Y'all don't know when somebody called through that make her
Yes.
day like she won $1 million.
You make my day. It doesn't take much to make me happy. That's the thing. I'm a very simple girl. You make
people
me
help
happy.
out my co-host.
What?
I said, people, please help out my co-host.
That's right.
Call.
Help this girl out. I need you guys to help me out. Call me, chat with me. I live for you guys every Wednesday, you know, just so I can hear your voice, not just me chatting. I want to hear you. I want to chat with you. I love it when we get your questions and your comments and stuff. I feel like, you know, we're in this nice chat. Last week was awesome.
As Miss Cleo would say, call me now.
Call me now. Call me now. That's right. Which, by the way, that poem that I did for the Caribbean series that we did, the topic we did a few weeks ago, I Am Caribbean. Oh my goodness, it's been getting such rave reviews. I can't tell you guys. Yeah, that was amazing. And who knew? I didn't know. So you know what that tells me? I need to do more of that.
Lord have mercy. Here we go. Here we go.
I need to do more of that. So
So you
have
a health and wellness poem? Stop eating.
I have a health and wellness.
Eating fried foods. Stop eating bread. Go get some vegetables. Yeah, I know you're gonna find a poem that relates to
Reese.
Vegetables.
Even though coming from you, it doesn't sound authentic, girl.
Listen, you know I try to do your job and I just leave you. I can't do
no. I'm talking about you talking about vegetables and all this stuff.
Listen, just because I'm sick, I eat vegetables now, okay? It just don't show. Okay.
Hey, listen, it's the thyroid, girl. They're just not telling you the truth. Okay. Next time I'll go with you and I'll get them to tell you, to be honest with you. It's the thyroid, you know it. But yeah, I do have a poem for that. And Michelle, just so you know, I'm gonna, get to you in 1 second. But every week we like to do, as part of my voiceover, because I don't know if you remember the last time you were on the show, I do voiceovers. I have a voiceover company separately. So we work and Reese also has Egro Friday work bar, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show. We like to plug what we do, our other business, how that works.
She plugged her business and mine. I just listen.
Yeah, I plug her business. See, it doesn't, listen, there's enough to go around. We support each other in this space, girl. That's right. You would think it's my business. But
I'm telling you.
But as part of my voiceover, usually weekly, I like to pick a poem that's along the lines of the subject that we talk about on the show. So this week, I'm going to talk about something with food. I don't know if it's health and wellness too much, but it's not going to be health and wellness. It's going to be about...
It's going to be talking about them chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, girl. Yes, I'm serious, but not even real. So I don't know if Michelle really wants to stick around for that.
Oh my God.
It's going to blow all of what she's going to talk about.
I know. After she telling us how to eat healthy, you going to come with a point with chicken wings? Oh my God.
After she sits here and tells us all this good stuff, we're gonna get a phone to talk about chicken wings and all this
Hey,
stuff. Girl, do it.
It's like people going to McDonald's. Oh, can I have a salad? No, can I have a Big Mac with large fries and a Diet Coke?
And a Diet Coke.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh my
I know,
God.
I
Same
know you
principle.
come time, so we can't even listen. If you leave it up to us, we are all night talking stupid. So
Same principle. Give me a Big Mac and some French fries and all that stuff, and just give me a Diet Coke with that. All right, that's my healthy
Balance.
part.
All
for it.
about the balance.
That's right.
yes,
Yeah, you can't say I didn't eat healthy today.
exactly. True. I had a Diet Coke.
Oh my goodness. So we, of course, you can tell, Michelle, we love cutting up on this show here. We have a good time. We enjoy each other. We like to have fun. We live for these days. And I am so glad that you are back with us. So let me introduce you. This is Michelle Fletcher, everybody.
Welcome.
She is a health and wellness coach. She's certified, by the way. So, you know, we like to have people on this show who know what they're talking about. It's not just like me and Reese, who's just going to tell you what we think. We
I love Google.
and it's not just
Google
like Reese who's just going to tell you what she thinks, by the way.
Listen, I'm like, Google said, okay?
Well, that's valuable too, because not everybody's taking the time to go check on Google. So if you're bringing it, then that's all right, girl. There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
So we, again, welcome to Michelle Fleischer. She's a certified health coach and health advocate. So she's going to share a lot of information with us today and help us out in terms of health and wellness. What does that all mean? She's going to put it together. So make sure you guys bring your questions. Let her know what you're interested in. And we're going to chat for a little bit, okay? And we're casual. We like to have fun on this show. Again, our motto here is we're at Let's Connect, where there is more
compassion,
more empathy, and less judgment. So we're not judging anybody.
Especially today, we don't want no judgment.
Especially today, there's no judgment. Maybe me and Reese will judge each other because you know how we do, but
I judge myself. Sure.
But we don't judge. We just like to have fun, everybody. So call up right now, chat with Michelle. She's going to answer all of your questions that you have. We're going to try anyways, because nobody's perfect, you know. Yes. So with that, Michelle, welcome.
Take the floor. Welcome again. Welcome again.
Thank you for having me again. I mean, I am just sitting here watching the show. I feel like I'm watching the show. I'm all into it. You guys are a mess. Oh my God.
I tell you, I'm the innocent one, Michelle. Carol is the one that's rubbing off on the trust.
You're the good one, right, Reese?
All the time. All the time.
I'm sure you do not buy that for a second.
Oh,
I have my notepad ready, because honey, I need some.
Yes, I am so glad that you
I'm trying to get my sexy back. Shoot.
I am so glad, Reese, that you actually just awesome. I love it. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that's one of the things we like to do on this show, Michelle. And we're going to tell everybody even before you start, because we know you've got a lot to share with us. Guys, go get out your notebooks, get a pen, or if you're a little bit more savvy, you know, today with technology and, you know, the internet and all that, you know, like my kid, she's never going to say pen and what paper? What is that? So you guys get your phone, get your notepads, get your whatever devices or whatever you want to take notes on, but take some notes, okay? Because we love sharing on this show. So, and by the way, in the future, Miss Reese, we're expecting that, you know, we're going to have some merch for people.
Yes.
We're always telling them to go get your stuff. So we're going to have some Let's Connect stuff. You can wait for some news on that.
Yes.
All right,
so go
everybody.
Ahead, Michelle. Take the floor. Take the flow.
So I wasn't sure how you guys wanted to structure this, if you wanted it to be conversational. I know the last time we did it was more like Q&A, conversational, but we can do it however you want. I can share some, like for me, with everything that's happened like this past year, there's so much that's like bubbling up in me to share, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, we need to know.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. And usually that's one of the things I like to do, Michelle, is, I like to take all of our guests through sort of like a Q&A session and, and take it from there. So I love that you remember that. And, but each week I like to work differently with the guests to see whatever makes you comfortable, because I'm here for you, but let's start off by what you just mentioned, right? By going into that, first of all, everybody, we're talking about health and wellness. Okay. And I want to start off by saying with you, Michelle, to you and all of our audience who are listening, and hello, Miss Shelley. Thank you for joining us. Yay, we love Shelley. Michelle is with us as well. We have another Michelle live with us. And Michelle comments with us and she shares with us. We love her. She's all the way, don't kill me, Michelle. I think you're from Pennsylvania, I believe. I might be wrong on that. You can remind us.
Well, I know she's good people. She's got a good name.
Absolutely is.
I know, right?
Another Michelle, that's right. So, but for you, Michelle, health coach with us, Michelle Fletcher, tell us, for you, what does health and wellness really mean? Break it down for us.
Okay. So there's several components to health and wellness.
Yes.
It's not just one single thing you can do, right? And so in the full spectrum of things, health and wellness includes nutrition, it includes exercise, it includes stress management, so your mental health, it includes hydration, and it also includes getting enough sleep. So like those are like 5 key things that you should always keep in mind when you're thinking, okay, I want to do a bit better. How can I start to improve on things in those areas, right? But we know that one of the, each thing has its place, but some things are weighted more than others. So what I have learned, I used to think that exercise was at the top of the totem pole, right? That we should be like getting our exercise in. But what I came to learn and what moved me to become a certified health coach is that nutrition plays the largest role in our health. So what we're putting in our bodies, no matter what you're doing out there, pounding the pavement or, working out really hard, if you're not replenishing your body with the right fuel and the right foods, you're doing more damage than it's worth. So nutrition plays a really big role. So that has been a huge focus of mine for the past 10 years. For almost 20 plus years, my focus was on fitness. I was like a fitness junkie. So now I have like a healthier balance with all of those components because, I was bad at getting enough sleep. I used to go to bed so late and then, I really didn't get quality amount of sleep, which they say we should get like at least 7 to 8 hours for your body. Because
I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
If sleeping could make me lose weight, I would have been skinny. Because I sleep. I can sleep.
He's like, that's not the issue.
That's not it. I can sleep in the middle of the day for 3 hours, 4 hours. I have no problem with that.
God.
Really?
Listen, I'll be talking to you right now.
That is
I
true.
will fall asleep.
That's true. She
She
has fallen asleep on me before.
And it's not because you're boring. I'm telling you.
That's a bigger issue. You have low energy.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And then even when we're sitting in our seats for a long amount of time, man, that brings down your energy level. So just going for a brisk walk sometimes, like 10, 15 minutes, that just brings your energy levels up. But then let me tell you, the things that you put in your body too can either one, make you feel tired or make you, or it can make you feel like you have a lot of energy. So that's where food also comes into play with your energy levels. Because if you're putting in like a lot of plant foods. So plant foods are fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains. Let me repeat it because they're taking notes.
Yes.
Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains are all considered plant foods. So those are the things that you're getting from nature, right? Those are the things that God has put on the earth for us to help heal our bodies. Food can be medicinal, all those things. So if you're eating a lot of those foods, I'm not telling you that you have to, because I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not telling you you have to eliminate meat.
I'm
just saying,
so glad you said that, Michelle.
Thank you, because honey,
yes.
I don't think I can live without meat. I'm one of those
I
people.
can't live without my steak.
See, I wouldn't go that far. For me personally,
love
I'm not
steak.
really big on red meat,
Yeah.
but I like chicken and fish and turkey. Those are like
so
my
tired of chicken.
staples. Huh?
I'm so tired of chicken, man.
I know, but that's what I like. And I do it different ways. I'm looking for like different recipes and stuff just to try to keep it a little interesting. But I'm not really big on beef and pork. Not that I don't eat them, I do, but very infrequently.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think sometimes people here eat more plants and they automatically get nervous, like, what? I can't eat meat. And for me, I say, if whatever you're comfortable eating, what I'm saying is to add more of the good in and maybe substitute it for one or two things that aren't so good, or maybe just add more good in until your body starts to adjust to wanting to eat more of the good. Because you know what happens when you start to put in more of the plants in your body? You start to crave more of them. Your body starts to crave it. So even if you add like, okay, I'm going to add one more vegetable and one more fruit into my diet this week, by the following few weeks, your body's going to adjust to that. And it's going to be like, oh, well, maybe I should like now have a salad every time. It's incredible how your body will adapt to the good things. So just adding that in.
Michelle, you know what my problem is? I don't have a problem with vegetables. I love my broccoli. I love carrots, string beans, spinach. And my thing is rice. That pasta is like the carbs, right? It's like I need to feel full. Like when you eat the rice, you're full. With the vegetables, it's like I'm full and then I want to turn around like maybe 2 hours after and eat something else.
Really?
You know why too though? Because vegetables, they're not high in calories, right? So we can eat 10 times more vegetables than we can like other things because it's so low in calories. So your body's burning it up faster. There are some more denser vegetables. Like I know whenever I eat cauliflower, it's so weighty. Like they substitute it a lot for like meat sometimes. I know I made a buffalo, what was it? A buffalo cauliflower bites. It was like chicken wings, but with the buffalo sauce. It was so good.
Really?
And because it's yes, so good.
So what is it? It's cauliflower that you used, right?
So you use cauliflower and you put a batter on it of like flour and water, and then you bake it, or you can fry it too. I think I baked it, and then you get the barbecue sauce, like the hot sauce, and once it's cooked, you mix it in there, and honestly, in the plate, it will look like wings, but it tastes like barbecue.
I'm gonna try that because I've been looking for different, interesting, healthy type things to eat. Because let me tell you, and one of the things for me, I am struggling right now in this pandemic situation. Prior to the pandemic, I was going to the gym every single day, right? And it was great. And I changed my eating. It's not just the gym also. I changed my eating and everything to match. And I was doing fantastically well. I was happy. And then pandemic started and I was still doing good, all right. But now it's like, oh, I can't take this anymore. This is driving me nuts. But then I stopped working out and all of that stuff. And even though I don't eat terribly, but I don't eat what I used to eat. Sorry, guys,
that's fine.
That's some promotion going on over here.
Yeah.
But I don't eat the way I used to eat anymore. And now, and I never used to like pasta really, because I was never a pasta lover, to be honest with you. But now I find it's easy and especially in the pandemic, you can stock up on all that stuff. So
Yeah.
all of our houses have all that in there, and if you have kids, you got tons of pasta around the place, so I find I am a lot more sluggish. I'm eating a lot of that and I'm feeling weighed down, like so much more weighed down than I used to feel, and slow and bloated and stuff. So cauliflower for me sounds like an amazing idea.
Yes. So let me tell you why you feel that way when you're eating those kind of foods, because like pastas, even though they're quick and easy, they're very high glycemic, right? So our blood sugar spikes up and then it quickly crashes because our bodies just digest it so simply, like it's such a simple carbohydrate. So like with rice too, it's pretty much a simple carbohydrate, unless you're mixing it with beans now, where you're making it more of a complex carbohydrate. So like rice and peas. My parents are Jamaican.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they put the
girl, and you're in the right place with me and Reese here.
Yes.
So when you mix the rice with the beans or the peas, it makes it more complex. So at least it's like, man, your body's taking a bit longer to digest it. And when your body's working longer to digest, you're burning more. Your body's like burning fuel. So that means what? Your metabolism is going more. So you want to think of more complex carbohydrates versus, the simple ones, like pastas are very simple. Crackers, the breads, very simple, unless if you're eating bread that has like fiber and that kind of thing in it, it has a bit more complex.
So wait, so crackers, please. Oh, girl, you're about to bust my bubble right now, Michelle. I called myself, I said, listen, I've been eating too much of that stuff that I don't like anyway, so let me cut down on that. So instead I eat some crackers and like unsalted crackers, because I'm thinking, okay, this might be a little bit more healthy. Are you telling me that that's not the case? That's why I'm putting on weight?
Yes, and it's probably making you tired.
Yeah.
Your body, you're getting a quick high and then you're crashing. You're like, oh, I need a nap, or I need a, yes.
Oh,
yep.
Well, thank you for telling me that. So all of you guys who are listening right now, I feel so like I'm so unintelligent right now, because you just made me just ashamed of myself. I have been eating crackers thinking I'm doing all right because I'm not going to do all the breads.
Yeah, because my tuna, I love tuna fish and sardines.
So I have tuna and crackers and stuff.
So you're telling me, no, that is not helping.
And I'm wondering, why is it
in moderation
scale every day and it just keeps going up, 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 up? This could be why.
Soon can't eat anything. I'm telling you, I'm just going to just drink water. Just drink, because everything.
Let me tell you another issue. She's like, you're done. You're done.
Oh, she just gonna blow our bubble right now. Like, we're not feeling bad enough with this crazy pandemic.
I haven't even like gotten close. Like your minds are gonna be blown in a second. So not only that, right? A lot of those simple carbohydrates like pastas and crackers, they are full of gluten, right? And we know that gluten causes systemic inflammation in the body, which is not good either. So you want to try and reduce how much gluten you're putting in. Even though a lot of people do not have a reaction to eating gluten, there's still an effect that happens in the body where your body gets inflamed, because it just is like, I don't like this. So keep that in mind too.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh gosh, your faces.
My mind has been blown. Like, but I'm glad that you're telling me this.
Like, okay, I have my big old Weight Watchers book on the table thing, okay? My Weight Watchers, cookbook or whatever. The points. What do you eat? Like, what do you eat that is healthy? I'm telling you, I won't be surprised if they say, well, the water that you're drinking, we're going to have to switch to a different kind of water because everything is changing.
Weightless water, low calorie water, 0 calorie water.
Diet water.
And
So
it's
let
already
me-
just plain water, you know. We're not, oh my goodness.
Like,
I don't want
um,
you guys freaking out. I gotta give you some solutions to go alongside
Yes,
this,
Yes,
right?
before we get
Yes.
there, right? Please don't forget your point, Michelle. I do want to mention something before I forget. One of the things is I know that Asians eat a lot of rice, right? And they're eating white rice. And I recently, just this week, I think, or a couple days ago, I read something about why brown rice is not even good for you, because white rice is better actually than brown rice, because brown rice retains whatever the
Is arsenic?
pesticides and all the other stuff. I forget the name of it that they use.
Arsenic, I believe.
Arsenic, yeah, and stuff that
Yeah.
is used to-
arsenic, isn't that
yeah,
poison?
Like small traces amounts of
right.
that remains in the, yeah.
Right, because the brown rice, you know, it's in the shell and all of that, but then the white rice, it strips away everything. You strip all of that away when you're eating white rice, but brown rice, you eat that part of it. They take off just the outer shell and the rest you're eating. So you're getting more fiber, but you're getting all the other stuff that's inside of it. So it's not necessarily more healthy for you, which is one thing I learned.
I
But
don't know no fiber.
and I was wondering why, like the Asians, they're smaller in nature,
It's
physically, they are
true.
smaller.
I eat a
However,
lot of
but they eat a lot of rice. So why are we
chopsticks.
not able to eat the rice? Why do we gain weight when we eat rice, but they don't?
but I eat with chopsticks.
So
We eat with fork and spoon.
Reese,
that's,
so I'm gonna
That-
have to learn to eat with the chopsticks then.
listen, she has a point. Reese, I don't know if you're joking or not, but that's true. They
I
say
was
you should
joking.
eat twice as slowly as you would with a fork. So eating with chopsticks, there's a doctor that I work with and he says, what is it? Eat, oh my goodness. I forgot how he says it, but eat twice as slow and then eat something, but he has a whole formula for it. And he says using chopsticks helps people to slow down how they're eating so you can recognize when you're full. Because if you're like me, I tell you, I eat way too fast. It's just a problem I got.
Does the
I
chopsticks
shovel it in
alone-
because I don't like my food cold and I eat
Yeah, me
too fast and I
neither.
know I'm eating too fast. And then guess what? When I'm done, I realize I ate too much because now I'm stuck. Because I
Michelle,
just,
by the time I
so they
listen,
said the slower you eat,
no, I'm saying
Say that,
if I use chopsticks, 5 minutes I will throw them crap away because I know I'm gonna have attitude every time that rice dropped. Every time I'm gonna be like, I don't have no time for that.
oh my gosh. I don't
But
have the
you-
patience for chopsticks either.
No,
But if anyone does have the patience and is really looking for ways to slow down how fast they're eating, that is a good way, eating with chopsticks. But I will say we're giving rice a super bad name. So rice isn't as like terrible. It's not that evil as you think because rice is also from nature, right? So we're all about eating more plant food. So rice is considered a plant food. You just have to eat it in moderation because we know it's a simple carb. But the reason why the Asian countries are still small, even though they eat, you would say a lot of rice,
Yeah.
they also eat a lot of vegetables. They have a lot, and they eat a little bit of meat. If you look on their plate, they have a
That's
lot of
true.
rice, a lot of vegetables, and a little, like the amount of meat they eat is more like a condiment. Like they
Yes.
have a little bit.
Just
Not a lot.
It's true that I do notice. The meat is very small amount of meats that they eat. They don't eat a lot, and whenever they do eat meat, it's like, oh, it's a holiday.
Yes.
Wow, we're eating meat. So
Yep.
they don't do a lot of meat. They do a lot of like rice and vegetables. Honestly, and this is terrible, and I'm putting my business out in the streets, but I can't. I've got to learn to I can't imagine eating if I have just rice on my plate and vegetables. I feel like something is missing from my life.
Meat. Let me tell you something. I need my meat. No, I need
No
my
one's telling you to get rid of your meat.
Listen, if they tell me I
But
can't eat no more meat, I need to go to rehab. Cause I tell
Oh
you.
gosh.
Oh,
I love
okay.
meat.
Well, we know you're not telling us to get rid of the meat, but we're just.
And if you're telling us
expressing-
that, we ain't listening. We ain't listening.
But if you know that the healthier countries are the ones that either eat minimal meat or no meat. So like the Mediterranean diet, you know, we know those are the Asian countries. There's a country, oh, the Okinawans, they live the longest and they eat mostly plants. Okinawans, they usually die very healthy, where like they're dying their sleep, like peacefully, not ridden, like,
natural
you know,
causes.
here in the United States. Yes, we are riddled with disease before we pass because of all the ailments from the things that was put in our body over the years. So that's how I want to go.
Do you eat meat, Michelle?
Yes. I said I eat meat, but guess what? I do eat a lot of plants too. So I'm very mindful of, you know, they
eat more plants than meat.
Yeah. So here's what the US government has now, it used to be eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day. That changed like 10 years ago. Now we're supposed to eat 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. 9 to 13 servings. And like a serving is like a medium-sized fruit, or like a cup of greens would be considered 1 serving. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And you know why? Do you know why it's now 9 to 13 servings? Because they pick everything before they allow it to vine ripen. Yeah. Because guess what? They're transporting it from other countries or from the other side of the country. So now it doesn't have the amount of nutrients it would if it was locally grown and vine ripened. Then they transport it all those miles. So mind you, we're getting the produce a week or so later. Then it sits on the shelf. By the time we get it, it's probably been off of the vine for close to 2 weeks. And it's lost so much nutrition during that time. So our grandparents, when they were buying produce, were getting so much more. And our grandparents, if they grew up in the Caribbean, they were getting it fresh off the tree, right? Or wherever. So they were getting so much more nutrients from the things they were eating. We would have to eat some things, like they say 1 orange that we eat today. We would have to, like, if our grandparents had an orange how many years ago in the 50s, we would have to eat like 20 of those oranges to get the same amount of nutrition.
What?
And it might be more than 20, because one time I posted this. That's why we need to eat more, because we're not getting the full nutrition in our plants like we used to.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to grow your own food.
I did not know that growing like back in Jamaica, we used to eating the mangoes and whatever, not knowing that's organic. I didn't know that, because when I came to America, and I was like, oh, organic is more expensive. I'm like, what the hell is organic? They were like, without the pesticides. Exactly. And I'm like, you mean what we have in Jamaica? Yeah. That's it? Yeah. But I have to have the fancy name, organic.
Organic, yeah. But see, the thing is, it it depends on where you live. You know, so if you're in the more of the rural areas where I grew up, you can have the organic, because where we were,
girl, ain't no rural area, country.
We live in a country. That's right. We come from country.
In the rural area, country.
We come from country.
Country bumpkin.
That's right. Real country bumpkins. Okay.
Keep it real. You come from country.
Yeah, but remember, so we translated for all of our listeners, because girl, we got listeners everywhere. We got listeners in England. We got listeners all in Canada. From last week, our guest was from Canada. So we got people everywhere. So we had to give them the rural. And then for our people who are local and know the real deal, we come from country. Right?
So she has to use the Queen's English for one.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
I love that.
So we had the mango trees, we had the apple trees, on our property.
Pineapple,
the pineapples,
all of that.
We had all these fruits and vegetables growing in our backyard. Yeah. My house was, we had a lot of land and we had all this stuff. We didn't have to even go anywhere to buy the stuff because we had it. But people who are in the city areas and stuff, people from Kingston or other places, they don't have this luxury to have organic stuff. So that's what we're talking about.
So I have a solution for that. So I'm so glad we got on this topic, because I've been screaming from the rooftops recently
Yes.
because the price of produce and the price of food is going up.
Yes.
And it's just continuing to climb, right? And so there's so many people that aren't able to really grow their own food because they may be in an apartment or they may
Yes.
live in like a concrete jungle where they don't have anywhere they can grow.
Yep.
So I've been growing my own food on a vertical growing system now for 9 years.
Really?
So
What does that mean?
So it's something called the Tower Garden. I am a partner with the company that sells them. So I'm able to sell them. I show people how they can grow their own food. You can grow it indoors or you can grow it outdoors. And it's really amazing. Everything grows in 1/3 the time it would in soil. It uses less than 90% of water because the water is recycled within the system. There's no dirt involved.
Oh.
It's soilless.
No dirt?
No dirt. It uses less than 10% of land because it's only like the one for outdoors is about less than 3 feet around, and the one for indoors is a little around 2 feet around. So this is something you can put inside your house or have it outdoors and grow all year round. And I feel that everyone needs to figure out how to grow their own food right now because of the food prices increasing, everything that's happening. The best thing you can do is have control of your own food source. You know,
I actually really like this idea, this thought process. Well, it's more than a thought process, and I have some questions about that for you. But for everybody who's listening, what we're talking about right now is we all know how expensive produce is. And right now with the pandemic too, a lot of people are not shopping as much as they used to before, or maybe not able to get fresh fruits and vegetables because we know also it's getting better now, it's more improved. But when for a long time during the pandemic, we weren't getting, from the farm to the supermarkets, all the fruits and vegetables and stuff that used to be readily available like before, because with all of the issue with the pandemic and, farmers were complaining that they're losing their crops and all of that stuff because it's not being, the whole logistics was missing in order to get the produce from the farm to the supermarkets. So people weren't able to get them. I know for one, that was an issue for me, a concern for me. So now you're saying we can grow our own food, people, and don't have to go buy the organic and pay the exorbitant prices. I'm not saying that, businesses should lose their money and all that. But what I'm saying is, I would love to be one of those people who can grow this. And if you're one of these folks who want to try your hand at this, you can grow your produce. Okay, we're looking at it on screen. Wow. Look at that. Tower Garden. It's called a Tower Garden, people. Is the future of growing. I love that you put that up on the screen. And it doesn't, you don't have to use dirt. Is that a flower pot that it's in? What is that it's in, Michelle?
No, it has a 20-gallon base, the one that says.
Okay, I can't hear you because I think the phone is blocking your. Can you I think that was blocking your microphone.
My sound. Okay, so the base that you saw at the bottom is actually 3 feet around. In the picture, it looks like it's just a planter, but no, it's 3 feet around. You can get it where it's 5 foot tall or 6 foot tall. It grows 20 to 28 different types of produce, depending on the height. If you get it at 5 foot, it grows 20 different types of plant, like produce. So right now I'm growing Swiss chard, I'm growing tomatoes, I'm growing not chives, scallions, I'm growing cauliflower. I'm growing parsley, I'm growing lettuces, I'm growing wheatgrass, I'm growing a lot of stuff on mine right now. It's very busy. So it's a way to grow 20 to 28 different types of produce. The other one, which is all white.
So you said 20 or so different types of produce, but they're not all in that same planter pot thing, right? You have to get multiples of those. So
do you see all of those are different types of produce
in the same planter? They're in one pot?
Yeah, so it's a system that's 5 foot tall, but there's different pods. There's different pods. So you put each one in a different pod. So there's like 4 pods per section. And so you
So
going
you,
around.
like you said, you're growing it vertically rather than horizontally. So it's growing upwards so you can have different vegetables. Oh, like
Yeah.
on a tower. So one of our listeners, hey, Maureen from out of Maryland. Welcome, girl. So our listener is commenting and asking, this is a very important question, and I love that we're getting these questions. So if it's soilless, right, is it good for us? Is it genetically enhanced?
No, it's not genetically enhanced. First of all, the medium that is grown in is no longer soil. It's grown in something called rock wool. And the rock wool is made out of volcanic ash. And so you put the seeds in the little rock wool. That's been something that's been around for a long time. And then they start to sprout within the rock wool. And then you plant, once it starts to sprout and you have a seedling, then you put it in a tower and the tower does the rest of the work. So then you add nutrients to the liquid. So the nutrients were actually extracted from the nutrients in soil and put in liquid form. So this was actually created with the technology of Epcot. A chief horticulturalist at Epcot, the land, created this system. They have the huge ones in Epcot. And then it's also using NASA technology. So the plastic that's used for it is food grade plastic. So all of this was created between Epcot and NASA. And then the person who was the chief horticulturalist broke off, created his own system. And I've been able to share it now for the past 9 years. I've had my tower for 9 years. This thing does not, it is something you'll pass on to your kids. You'll have it for a lifetime. And
Can
so
you grow garlic?
Is garlic a root vegetable?
Oh, it has to be a root vegetable. Okay.
No, it cannot be a root vegetable. It grows everything that's not a root vegetable. So like potatoes or beets, you cannot grow in there because remember, everything is growing up and the net's right there. So it doesn't grow root vegetables. It doesn't grow anything that's from a tree, and it does not grow anything from a bush. So like blueberries are from a bush, so that can't grow in there, but it grows everything else. It grows watermelon, squash, tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuces, all the herbs grow in there. I mean, it's incredible.
I wonder how big it gets.
So
let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture because I don't think you guys are getting a true.
Right.
Not from that picture.
I'm going to show you another picture. I'm always taking pictures. It's like my baby, so I'm always taking pictures of it.
Is it super expensive?
So it costs $625 if you wanted to pay for it all at once, but you can pay for it over 12 months, interest-free for $52 a month. And once a year comes, you own it. It's yours for the rest of your life.
Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't know. Oh, wait, can you guys hear the call that's coming in?
No.
No, you can't hear the call that's coming in. Okay. I can hear the caller, but the rest of the crew can't hear you. Hold on. I'm gonna see what's going on. Bear with us. Can you hear?
Look at that. While you're figuring that out, Reese, look at that. And it's a little taller than you, Michelle. So everybody, if you're watching us live on the live right now, you'll see the picture on screen that Michelle is sharing with us. This is a feasible looking thing. It's a little taller than her standing up. And it's just a round, like it looks like a round pot, a potted plant. And it's like a little tree that's a little taller than her. But again, it's a vertical system you put in a corner of your house and it grows vertically up in the air. So it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. That's amazing. I love that.
Hold on. Caller, can you hear me? Can you hear the caller?
No, we're not hearing the caller, unfortunately, Reese.
So
Yeah.
the one I showed you in this picture, that's the taller version. That's 6 foot, but then you can
Right.
get it a little shorter where it's 5 foot and it's a little shorter than me. The one I have
Okay.
is 5 foot. I have 2 of them.
Okay.
Guys, hold on for a minute. Caller, I'm gonna figure out what's wrong, but can you hang up and then I'll let you know when to call back in if you're listening? Can you hear the call? Can you hear the guest though?
No. Oh,
No, I'm asking the caller. I'm asking the caller if he can hear you guys.
got you.
All right, so caller,
I'm
I'll let you
sitting
know when
on
to
it.
call back in, okay?
Wow.
Thanks.
Okay, I see it. And it's big enough for you to sit on it, but it's not massively large. I love that you're doing that because it shows us the scale
Right.
of the size of it. That is something that can fit in a corner of somebody's house somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's
Have it
not
in the-
genetically modified or anything like that. As you said, it uses volcanic ash, you said, right? So,
Yeah.
but if somebody's purchasing this, they would have to buy the volcanic ash. Does it come with it, or you have to buy that separately? How frequently
with
do you have
everything
to
you need.
replace it?
No, it comes with everything comes with the system when you first buy it. So they even send seeds, even though they're not aware of what things you're going to want to grow over time, but they send seeds initially. So you'll get like 8 different types of seeds to get started, maybe lettuces, basil, tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever they decide to send, but they send everything you would need to get started. And then over time, you have to replenish it. So I'm always guiding people on what things they want to order at first, just so they won't have to replenish for maybe 10 months. Or you'll have everything you need for a while.
Oh, wow. That's
And
awesome.
I'm telling you, last year we were sold out of them because so many people were nervous. They were like, oh my goodness, what's going on with the food supply? Because like you said, Carol,
Yes.
they were throwing away produce in the farms down here in
Yes.
South Florida
Wow.
because there was no distribution.
There is no distribution going on
They threw
at
away all that food.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So,
Mhm.
and I'm sure that sparked a new interest, in a lot of people who can actually start growing their food. But just because that issue is slowing down on the pandemic front doesn't mean it doesn't mean that you don't still want to get this thing, because I'm really interested in this. I like the idea of it. So for everybody who's listening, you want to check this out. What's the name of it again, Michelle?
It's Tower Garden, but I have my own website. So you don't want to go directly to the website because then you might get all confused. I always guide people. My website is mfletcher.towergarden.com. But if anyone needs and wants to ask me questions, they can always reach out to me. And I
Awesome.
can send like information about it and how it works and how easy it is, because I do not have a green thumb, but I have been growing.
Definitely don't.
Oh,
Me either.
I'm terrible. I used to kill everything. This
My
thing
poor
waters
orchids.
itself.
My poor orchid begging for life right here. I tried everything. They were like, girl, please try something else.
Girl,
For you.
I can kill a cactus.
Stop it.
That's bad.
In fact, we do have one in this house, and that thing is like, whoa, I can't deal with you. Oh,
I
my
need
goodness.
you need a new home.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I need a new thumb. So by the way, our listener has confirmed that they can hear the caller. It's just that Michelle and I can't hear Reese, but on the radio, they're hearing.
Oh, they can hear.
They can hear. The
okay.
caller. So yeah.
Maybe you just have to tell us what the caller's saying.
You'll just have to,
Okay.
yeah.
I got to be the translator.
Yep, you'll have to tell us what the caller is saying, because we can't hear, but on the radio you can hear them. So
caller, please call back in. Call Carol, no, before she get a fit. Call Carol, no.
We're also getting a message that the live broadcast has been. Did you do something to it, Reese? Has been interrupted.
Me?
Okay,
No,
it's
it
back.
says we're live on Facebook.
It just paused, but it went back. So
Let me tell you something.
maybe
Your people, I
Facebook-
said, let's connect people. They don't want nothing interrupted.
I know.
Nothing. No, we live. It's still saying live on Facebook.
Okay. So, all right, everybody. So when we're done, as usual, we're going to put up the link to Michelle's website in our on here, as well as on the YouTube. When you go, once we post it, you'll see the link directly to her website where you can go and get this tower. And everybody, if you're interested in this and want to try to grow your own food, look into this thing to grow your own vegetables and fruits. So here we talk about organic stuff. So rather than going to the supermarket and spending a whole lot of money, you could be doing this yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
And growing your own food is like printing your own money, because over time you are saving hundreds and thousands of dollars by growing your own.
Alley. Right.
Yes.
Up Carol alley.
Right up my alley. Talk about
We want to
saving
save those
money.
dollars, right?
You speaking my language.
Man.
You are now speaking my language. Once we talk about that.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, to continue along those lines, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because when we talked about the pillars of health is what we started off with, where we mentioned the 3 pillars of health were really sleep, exercise, and nutrition, right? And you touched on all of those, Michelle. So, and for Reese, yes, my dear, you sleep around the clock.
Sleep.
You'll sleep standing up if you could.
Listen, I sleep with my eyes open, okay?
Oh gosh.
No,
Okay.
I was just to tell you, I was on a call the other day, and the person was talking to me, and I swear I was sleeping, missed that line that she said. I was like, Andrea, you didn't hear what I said? I said, no. I was literally sleeping. I think I have narcolepsy.
Andrea.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I
You
need you,
figure it out.
Michelle. I need you, Michelle. I sure do need you.
I have other
I
solutions for that too.
I feel sluggish. No lie, no joking now. I feel sluggish. Like I'll sleep 10 hours a day and wake up and still, apart from the fact that I have sleep apnea, because that does play a part in it. Because when you have sleep apnea, you stop breathing in the night. So that
Disrupted.
You know what I'm saying? But still, I will still wake up feeling tired. And I know I'm supposed to be on the CPAP machine, but that ain't cute at night. When you're all up in your bed with this everlasting machine over your face. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel sluggish, and I need to change my eating habits. I'm 51 next month, and I want to, this face never used to be so round. I feel like a butterball turkey.
Stop it.
Girl, I know
I was never a skinny mini, because my family is big boned, as the Americans would say, we big boned.
But you know, with age that happens too, because it's the same thing for me. As once you start,
Carol, come on now. We're the same age. Look at you. You ain't wrong like this, so it have nothing to do with age.
Well, listen, I was smaller before, and then all of a sudden now, and like I said, I stopped working out during the pandemic, and only a few months, and then all of a sudden, my gut is hanging over my waistband. So it's like, hello. How does that happen?
I need a
the metabolism slows down a little bit after 50. The metabolism is slowing down. So it's like now you got to do a little bit more to keep it going. So you want to be moving a little bit more.
Yeah.
I tried walking. I don't like to walk. It's boring. I like to dance. So I'm trying to find, I'm
telling you, but I turned 50 2 months ago. Yes, I'm putting it out there. Okay. I'm not a young chick no more. So, and it's almost like I hit that birthday and forget it. It's like immediately, because honestly, everything started happening only in the last couple of months.
Me
so
too.
I know it has to do with the hormones and the age,
blood pressure.
All that.
I never had blood pressure problems before.
Well, I still don't have that.
Blood pressure. Yeah, I have blood pressure medication. I never had that before. Right now, as I tell you, the gut need a Hoover vacuum machine.
Hopefully that'll work, because I don't know if it'll
hopefully
work.
They may need two vacuum cleaner.
So
Suck
listen,
all
I
it.
could,
all of that fat out of the gut, right?
Reese is a mess.
Or you can just do what Michelle tells you and get rid of the Hoover vacuum, whatever. That'll work too.
Listen, I need something to feel energetic. I don't.
But you know, for me also,
So
Michelle, and I hope that, you know, once you'll give us some tips at the end, right? Because we're talking about this, and it's funny because I know what we're going through, everybody else is going through the same thing, right? You get to a certain age and it's like, woo, everything just happens to you like suddenly. Like I said, for me, I was doing fine. You know, I thought I was the thing, man. I was doing good and I'm eating and I'm working out. And then just within, I'm telling you, within the last 2 months, I just turned my big 50 and it just, boom, just, it's like a cyclone just hit me and everything, you know, I gained all this weight and I'm not really eating any worse than I used to eat, but it happens. But on the other hand, for me though, I'll tell you, Reese, my sleep issue is on the opposite end of the spectrum than yours, because I no longer sleep. And that's a problem for me. You know, it's like I don't sleep per day. I'm lucky if I get 5 hours each day.
Wow.
You know, and I never used to be like that. So, you know, it's all of these. So you're on the opposite end, and all of a sudden I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm like, okay, just go, close your eyes, maybe you'll sleep. So
help, Michelle, help.
Yeah,
help us.
Maybe you can suggest some things to us.
I am going to suggest some things for you guys. So, okay, we started this talk all about plants, right?
Yes.
Plants are powerful. Plants help to put hormones back into balance. Plants help to do all, like put your body back into balance. And so a lot of issues that I know a lot of women that are going through this stage of life, and you know, there's all these things and changes, but there's been something I noticed if they do change their diet, and there's something that I recommend, which is Juice Plus, and it's a concentrated way to get more plants in your diet. 30 fruits and vegetables every day, concentrated. It puts your body back into balance. It's reducing inflammation in the body. It's balancing out your hormones. It is like improving your, what do you call your, what's the word? The key word we've been talking about since this pandemic, your immune function. Why did I just blank on that? Improving your immune function. It does so many things, but that's the power of plants. And that's why we need to be eating more. So I recommend Juice Plus because I know there's research behind it. There's over 40 published studies. It's been around for over 20 plus years, 25 years. And I know what it's done for me and my family, but I've seen what it's done for other people too. Like my father, who was a diabetic, he was able to take it because there's no sugar in it. They take the sugar out. There's just so many benefits to taking it because it's hard. They were suggesting we eat 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables. It's only like, I think they say about 5% of the population does that. And those are people that are probably vegans, hardcore, right?
So does it curb your appetite too? Like if you take the Juice Plus?
So a lot, everyone's different, but what a lot of people notice is you're not going to have as many cravings. Because a lot of times when you're craving food or craving certain things, it's because your body isn't getting the right nutrients. Now your body starts to get the right nutrients and people are saying, oh, I'm not that hungry anymore because your body's getting fed the right things. So it's not saying, oh, I'm craving this or I'm craving that, trying to find those nutrients. It's just settled. So I hear that a lot from people. The number, like the 2 or 3 top things I hear when people start Juice Plus is 1, they have more energy. That's usually the number one.
That.
2, they're more regular in the bathroom. Because constipation is a huge issue in this country.
Yes.
So many people are constipated because we're not eating enough fiber. So now they're starting to go freely every day.
Not me.
You said, let it be free.
Let it be free. I have a schedule every day.
That's
don't have that
good. A
problem.
lot of people,
Listen.
including myself, do not have, I'm on the opposite end of you, and I've always had this issue. Even when I was young, I had this issue, and I was a
Like
lot younger.
clockwork.
It
Like
was,
clockwork.
yeah.
I'm up in there.
And
I
I
don't have
think
that
it just,
problem.
I don't know if it's hereditary or whatever, but that runs in my family. Even my kid has that issue. And it's
Yeah.
really bad. And the funny
Mm.
thing is we do eat healthy. We eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables. And I drink, and my kid, because I taught her this way, drinks at least a gallon of water per day. She drinks, I drink. I can't afford water in this house. You know what I'm saying? It's like we drink that much water. And Reese, you know me, listen, I hate to have to be spending money like that on those types of things. But
I
seriously,
cannot imagine.
so I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a whole nother story, Michelle, that we can chat about maybe offline or something else. But
Mhm.
yeah, constipation and stuff. You talk about that and Juice Plus. Now, Juice Plus, where can people get it? Again,
That's also part of the product line that I share. So Tower Garden and Juice Plus are a combination. And I've been partnered with the company now for 10 years because I believe in what we share. And they're all about natural, organic, all plant-based, all vegan products. But it's a way to, no matter if you're, what do they call it? From the vegan to the heathen, no matter if you're a vegan or if you're eating meat, if you're a carnivore, you can take Juice Plus and get more plants in your diet because everyone needs more. So
Right.
when it comes to like your gut issues, a lot of issues start in the gut and they
Yes.
branch out to the rest of the body, right? So you have to be feeding your gut the right things. Make sure you're also like, even though Juice Plus has probiotics and prebiotics, make sure take extra if you're having issues with your gut to help, get rid of some of that really bad bacteria and add more good bacteria into your gut.
Okay.
That's definitely something I recommend. Vitamin D, I hope everyone on here is taking vitamin D. It's foundational along with fruits and vegetables. Vitamin D is foundational to good health. Make sure it's cheap. It's such a cheap item to purchase.
What
We don't get
vitamin D
enough.
do?
Vitamin D is just like a key component that your body needs. You don't get it from a lot of foods. Like mushrooms have vitamin D. So our
I
shake,
love
we have
mushrooms.
a
I love
protein
mushrooms.
powder.
Yeah.
And our protein powder has vitamin D because now we have mushrooms that are part of the ingredients. It's all plant-based, but there's not too many food sources of vitamin D. So that's why we need to get it from the sunlight, but most of us
Yes.
aren't in the sun long enough to get it. So you have to supplement.
Yeah.
And they say, people with cancer and a lot of the people that, ended up passing from COVID had low levels of vitamin D. Like they
Yes.
were seriously deficient.
I heard
So
that
that's
too.
Yeah. So just taking vitamin D, they're tiny little capsules, so easy to add in your diet. And that's a foundational thing, just the same way fruits and vegetables are really foundational to good health. So those are my,
Michelle, to
Yeah.
jump in a little bit for our listeners here who are listening, and we're getting
Somebody
comments
said that
all over. Huh?
No, Andre just said that mangoes have vitamin D too.
Okay. Excellent.
Yes.
good.
But for what was I gonna mention? I was gonna say Juice Plus that we're talking about, folks. It's not necessary. We're not talking about juicing. We're not talking about running out to the stores or wherever to go buy fruits and vegetables and juicing them yourself. What Juice Plus really is, we're talking about supplements to your diet in the form of pills, but they're all natural supplements. And as we talked about, if you're, depending on what your issue is, if it's constipation or if you're not getting the rest you need, which what Michelle was educating us on, it depends on what your issue is. You can get those supplements to help whatever area you feel you might be deficient in, because you have to boost your immunization system. Okay, boost your immunity. All right. And that's what Juice Plus really is. You can get it on Michelle's website that we told you before. And the website again is, Michelle?
So I have two websites. One is mfletcher.towergarden.com and the other one is mfletcher.com. juiceplus.com. So those are the two websites. If you go to one or the other, they will link you to the same thing. You can just change tabs to get to one or the other. And what makes Juice Plus different is that we're a whole food, plant-based supplement. So we're not a vitamin. A lot of people think we're vitamins because we're in a capsule, but we're actually just plants in capsules. What they did is they took all these fruits and vegetables. We have our own farmers and dedicated farmers for over 20 plus years. So all of our fruits and vegetables, there's no herbicides or pesticides used on any of the fruits and vegetables in our product. Then we also have a nonprofit agency called NSF that makes sure that there's their quality control is super high. Like people always say, FDA approval. FDA approves everything. Like try getting NSF certification. Like that's insane. They make sure that the quality of it is super high, that there's nothing in it that's not listed on the label and nothing on the label that's not in the product. So they're making sure that it's super safe for everyone. And then the best thing I love about it is the fact that there's over 40 published studies on Juice Plus in medical journals, in sports and nutrition journals, in dietitian journals, and all the studies can be found on my website. If you love the research, you can look that up. But it's just all fruits and vegetables, the ones that are very highly nutritious. So they didn't just pick, random things. It was actually a naturopathic doctor who came up with the formula for it. And now they've been able to, we've been sharing it for it's been around for 26 years.
Awesome. Thank you for clarifying that so everybody can hear. But a quick question I forgot to mention out of Maryland again was when we were talking about the Tower Garden, the question was how much does it really yield? So if people want to grow their own food and you grow it indoors, let's say, or even outside, if you have a home, it doesn't take up a massive amount of space. Don't worry, you're not all of a sudden turning into Farmer Joe or Farmer Joan, it's just a small space, maybe in your backyard if you have a small backyard, but it's a tower, so it doesn't take up all of your garden. Or if you're in an apartment or something, maybe if you have a small balcony, you can do it on there or something. But it's a vertical growing system. But so the question was, if you're a single person, how much does it yield? And would they have to throw out some of their food? Because if you're growing stuff and it's yielding a ton, you don't want to waste your money. So that was the question, really.
First of all, do not throw out food, give them to your neighbor. So you will get an abundance. I can't even lie, you're gonna get a lot. But it depends on what you're growing too. So like with lettuces and herbs, well, some of the herbs, because basil is out of control on the tower. Like some people, I grew 3 basils when I first got mine because I didn't know how basil grows. And it was like, I had 3 trees of basil. It was so much. I used to bring basil to everywhere I went and give it out to people. It was ridiculous. Wow. So don't ever grow more than basil.
I like thyme.
Yes, thyme grows on there.
I love thyme.
Mint is out of control on the tower. Oh my gosh.
Love mint also.
Yes.
So if you're a real Jamaican yard person, mint tea, when you have a belly ache, a stomach ache or whatever, mint tea is
everything. Your toe split. Drink some mint tea.
Fixes all your problems.
That and Cersei. I remember. What else? Cersei for everything.
That. Mitchell, I hate that thing.
I hate it too. And the smell.
The smell.
Spoil it. Maybe tell them it's
the worst.
Run and go get it.
And they just think, oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Growing up, if you grew up in the islands, we talked about this on our island.
We had that on the show.
We had
growing
that
up
on
in the islands.
We talked about Cersei, drinking Cersei, but it's so healthy for you because it cleans you out.
What? Oh. I used to drink it. My mom used to give us before.
We all had that, like before school.
Wash out. Wash out.
You get to wash out.
Yes. Girl, Michelle, trust me.
Clean you out though. But I
clean you. You'll be in that bathroom like
out. Cersei tea.
Listen, our parents knew the old time remedies, man. Those are the old time remedies.
I wonder if the Cersei tea, when I go home to Jamaica, if I can do some Cersei tea, get rid of this gut. I won't try that.
You'll drop all
Get
of
your
that,
flat
those
belly.
pounds. You won't need the
What?
Hoover suction thing
What?
anymore. Just drink some
Oh.
Cersei.
Certainty. I'm telling you. It says a washout, you don't know. Shoot.
Hey,
Yes.
try it out.
Yes.
Try it out, Reese.
Yep.
So
I'll be
for
the
your
testimony.
the caller was asking about an abundance, and I will say you're probably going to get an abundance. You will get an abundance. If you're growing tomatoes and cucumbers on that thing, you're going to get a lot. I mean, hundreds of tomatoes. You're going to get a lot.
Really?
Like my friend right now has cherry tomatoes. I just brought home a bowl. She was like, please take them, because she's moving. And she was like, she was telling people to come get tomatoes. And like cucumbers, a lot. Now the lettuce, you're just going to get a head of lettuce. So I will say that everything grows in 1/3 the time it does in soil in the tower. So you get everything a lot faster. So when you get a seedling of lettuce, within 4 weeks, it's a head of lettuce and you're eating your lettuce. So everything grows really fast in there, because now it's not having to search for the nutrients in the soil. It's getting it directly to the roots. And you get an abundance. Like they did a comparison, because our company, they do research on everything. They compared growing in soil versus growing on the tower. And that's how they realized that you get everything very much a lot faster. You're using less water. So you use less than 98% of the water, because it recycles. And then the fact that you get more yield than you would if you were growing in the ground. You actually get like 1/3 more yield than if you were to grow the same thing in the ground. And we've actually done experiments with that. And you'll have a huge plant in the tower, but the same plant in the ground will be tiny. It takes longer to grow. So if you're worried about abundance, you can give it to like a homeless shelter, food place, or a neighbor. I always share with my neighbor all the time. They're vegetarians across the street from me. So I share my produce with them. I share it with my family too. Whenever they come over, I'm cutting off all kinds of things. Swiss
If everybody got one of this in their homes, they would not. The poor farmers.
I know.
Poor farmers. Thank God for people like me who don't have no time for that. So the farmers don't have to worry.
You're keeping them in business, Reese.
Yeah, I'm keeping them in business.
That's
keeping
right.
them in business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and then another question, but I know we're jumping around, but in terms of back to Juice Plus right now, the question was, can you take that with medication? Like for people who are already on meds, you know, their question is, can you take it with medication? I know the answer, I think, but Michelle, I'll let you take that.
So first, I will always say consult your doctor, right? But a lot of times your doctor's not going to know what Juice Plus is, and they're going to think it's a vitamin. And so they're going to say no. But Juice Plus is just fruits and vegetables. So if your doctor is not denying you from eating fruits and vegetables, you can take Juice Plus. There's no reason you can't. My dad was 79 when he started taking Juice Plus, diabetic, insulin dependent on a lot of medications. And he passed in December, but it's been 10 years. He was 90 years old. And I really attribute him being here for an extra 10 years with us, because his health has always been rocky, because he had Juice Plus and it helped him bounce back whenever he had like some issues. He was able to recover and bounce back at his age with, you know, amounting. What was that?
Do you have products for high blood pressure? Because you know that high blood pressure, hypertension is very common in Black and brown people. I mean, now I'm having it. I mean, I have it. And my dad had it. That's how he passed, with a stroke. So where do you have any, items there that help with high blood pressure?
So the thing that people have to realize is we're not talking about medicine anymore, right? Because medicine is made specific for one or two things. Fruits and vegetables are for the entire body to get you healthier across the board. So whether you have cancer, whether you have high diabetes, whether you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, it helps with everything. When you are diagnosed with a disease, the first thing a doctor says is eat more fruits and vegetables, and cut back on sugar, because they know sugar.
Cut back on the sauce.
Juice Plus is for overall health, because it reduces, like the research shows that it reduces inflammation. It lowers cholesterol. It improves the good cholesterol and reduces the bad cholesterol. Like we have research on diabetics, we have research on a lot of things, but we just know it's like foundational for good health, no matter what the health issue. So you don't have to say
Right.
which one is good for this. Just
Just drink it all of.
yeah, just take the capsules. I have the capsules right here. Funny enough, look. Here's my
Okay.
capsule. I'm
Okay.
supposed to take it. I got my water here, but it's sitting here. We also have a plant-based omega. So a lot of people, I don't know if you guys grew up. My mom used to line us up as children to take cod liver oil.
Oh
my
God,
gosh, that was
silver
torture.
seeds. Silver seeds.
It was so wicked.
What is wrong?
And I was like, my gosh. But
Yes.
I guess my mom was smart because she knew we needed to have omegas, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I didn't know. I just thought she wanted to torture us. Well,
That thing
our
tastes-
company,
Oh. See,
yeah.
I love that. You're right. We thought it was torture and stuff back then, but they knew the real deal and they knew how to keep us healthy. You know,
Yeah.
I wish more of us were doing that today with our children and with ourselves because
Mhm.
they were healthy. They did it the healthy way.
Exactly.
You know, despite the fact that we didn't like the taste or the smell or whatever, it was all healthy, natural.
used to go
And
right-
they don't care.
Huh?
They didn't care if we liked it or not. We just got to drink it.
Oh no, it didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
That was real
Yeah.
parenting back then, man. They didn't
Oh,
know
We're
yes.
looking out for our health.
But you know, I do a modified version of what my mom did, but I have easy solutions. So now my kids are able to eat all these fruits and vegetables and gummies. We're able to get omegas, the full spectrum here in capsules. Now our company added that to the product line like 4 years ago, and that's a full spectrum of omegas. So it's omega 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the numbers. And so this is how my family stays healthy. I grow my own food outside. It's easy. I don't have to dig in the dirt. I'm not laboring. I mean, I just have healthy, simple solutions that are proven, tested, and helps to make everyone's life a bit easier.
I
Doesn't
do
have to
like
be
that.
hard.
I like that you share that. So again, everybody, definitely check out the Juice Plus and check out the Tower Garden to get more information. It's all natural. It's fruits and vegetables and stuff in your diet. If you're not getting enough or if you're not going all the time to go buy organic stuff, you know, these are alternatives for you that we're talking about. Now, in terms of wellness, right? So we talked a little bit before, we talked about really the pillars of health. And we know that's, again, sleep, exercise, nutrition. We talked about nutrition. We talked about sleep and lack thereof in my case. But
Or
also,
too much in Reese's case.
or too much.
I was trying to stay out of the arguments.
You know, sleeping 20 out of 24-hour days, Reese.
I'm serious.
That's a whole nother subject.
Like right now, I could do with a little nap right this minute.
Oh,
But
God.
then again, Reese, I don't even know how you manage to sleep like that because you do so much. Reese is like the consummate, how do you call it, serialpreneur. Reese has so many different businesses and different things that she does on a daily basis. I honestly don't even know how she sleeps. I guess you're working in your sleep. You need to teach me how to do that.
That's why she's tired when she wake up. She's still working in her sleep.
She's still working in her sleep. Because how does she do so much while she's sleeping? It's crazy.
I need that energy.
Yes. While she's awake, she's doing a lot. So good for you, girl. I want to also chat a little bit. So in your words, Michelle, what is wellness in your own words? And I want to ask our amazing listeners who are with us right now and commenting and sharing with us. You know how much I love you guys when you do that. So I would love for everybody, type in right now on our live, let us know to you, what does wellness represent in your own words? What does wellness represent for you? So Michelle, while everybody's thinking about that, maybe you can tell us, you know, since you're teaching us today, what does wellness represent in general?
I think it represents a healthy balance of all those things I mentioned above, eating the right things, the right foods, getting enough of the right things in your body, let's say. Um, Getting enough sleep. Mental health is important. I mean, this country, man, is very high stress,
Yeah.
right? We
Yeah.
live it. When I used to go to Jamaica, I'm like, man, you can just relax. Everyone's so laid back. It's just a different mentality. And that stress level, people don't realize, but stress is a silent killer. All that
Yes.
stress,
Yes.
it it does something. So you have to be mindful of that. You also want to be mindful of drinking enough water. Our bodies need half our body weight in ounces of water. So the more the better. And you can have amazing skin to go with it. I see Carol's getting her water in.
Yes. Yes.
I
And the annoying thing with that is every 3 minutes you're in the bathroom.
Yes. Yeah. That is the bad
Yeah.
part to it.
That is the worst.
And
And
then
like now we have this 3 hour show and I feel like I'm dying because I can't drink water because every 3 minutes I'd be gone, you guys. I'd be missing on this show. Well, you shake your head for Reese. You ever that shake your head?
I drink water, but not as much as I'm supposed to drink. And I know water is very
get a big
important.
bottle, Reese. Look,
Yes.
get a big bottle that keeps it cold. It will make you drink
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny?
I
I
tagged it.
can't
Everyone
drink cold
laughs
water.
at me.
I can't drink cold water. I like the room temperature. I'll drink more. And it has to be
So
Fiji
That's the
water.
best way.
I'm
That's
so
the only
glad
way
you
I drink.
mentioned that, Reese. You're actually inadvertently, without knowing, you're doing the best thing actually.
OMG.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
am.
Yes, girl. I'm
Yes.
so proud of you.
You're winning.
Yes, because I want to tell you a lot of times, and most of us, we like to drink cold water because we feel like it's refreshing and this and that. But Michelle, and you can back us up on this, it's not really the best thing for your gut. And also because I've been looking a lot, even throughout this pandemic, looking for little health tips and different things all over the place. But I mentioned Asia before. They do not drink cold water. Okay, their water is always hot or just room temperature. That's all.
Right.
And because they know it's like a shock to your system. I mean, look at our body temperatures, right? It's not 22 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever. Our body temperature, what is it, 98 or whatever it is, it's pretty warm. So then you dump this ice cold water and it's like a shock to our body and it sends us into that shock. So really, I've stopped drinking cold water. I don't drink water from the fridge anymore. I stopped that a long time ago. It's just all room temperature. Or my mom always used to drink hot water. And I thought it was the worst thing ever. I was like, ew. How do you drink hot water? Now it's all I drink.
That's good. She's right. There's definitely a better component to drinking room temperature or warm water versus cold. But I love cold water. So that's a habit I haven't broken yet. One step at a time.
At least you're honest about it, my dear.
Yeah, and I have my big bottle of chilled water. I mean, occasionally I will have it lukewarm if I have no other choice, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
love cold water.
Yeah,
I'm in
warm
South Florida.
water.
It must be what it is. I'm in South Florida. But
Yeah.
Reese's here too. Yeah, I don't know. Reese's beating me in that aspect.
Yeah, that's shocking. Reese beating somebody in the aspect of something. Oh my goodness gracious. Reese, you need to jump up and do a happy dance.
Right?
So I love that you said that, Michelle, in terms of what's wellness in your own words, because Pfizer actually backed it up, in terms of how they talked about wellness, because it's really the act of, according to Pfizer, is really the act of practicing healthy habits on a daily basis to attain better physical and mental health outcomes, so that I love this part, so that instead of just surviving, right, we're thriving. And several key areas of your lifestyle are considered in terms of overall wellness. So overall wellness is not just about running out and only eating this and blah, blah, blah. It's all the components of health. It's about your mental state. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It's not just the absence of disease and infirmities and stuff like that. It's just a complete dimensional wellness of your mind, body. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, you want to think about that when you're thinking about overall health and wellness. And that's what we're talking about today. We're not just shoving it down your throat to say, oh, you must only eat this, or you must only do that. It's different for everybody, right, Michelle? It's different.
Exactly.
So
I always like to tell people,
yeah,
start with one thing, one simple change at a time. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with doing too much, because guess what? You get overwhelmed and not stick to it. Start with one thing, whether you're going to say, okay, I'm going to eat one extra piece of fruit or vegetable today. And then you increase over time. And then you try something else, the following month, commit to that one thing. And guess what? You do that over 12 months, you'll have 12 new habits that are healthier for you.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because as much as I'm joking and laughing, I really was not feeling myself. Like I said, I started to put on back weight in places where it's like, wait a minute, I didn't even know that existed. But yesterday, believe it or not, I said, okay, I have to start something again in terms of exercising. And I knew that the rate at which I used to exercise and work out right now, it's not just I'm not just gonna just pick it right back up. So I started small, and it's not even close to where I need to be, but for me mentally, it helps that at least I did something. So I'm so glad that you're mentioning that. Start small. Like you said, pick up maybe one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm. That was perfect. Don't feel like you have to be where you were when you left off, because you have to build back up. So start small, and then, your body will acclimate and get back to it. So don't put too much pressure on yourself about that. As long as you're doing something, that's better than sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Reese.
She came back just in time.
I said it before Carol said it.
Wait, you don't sit on the couch, girl. And where are you sleeping at? Is that on the couch while you're sitting?
I sleep anywhere. Anywhere. I can be right here sleeping on y'all don't know.
That is true.
My gosh.
That's true. I was on the phone with her before and she was out I'm like, Gracie, hello.
They're like, Andrea.
Hello. I mean, she is gone. I'm like, wait, weren't we like in the middle of a serious? Forget it. She's gone. So, all right.
Wow. I have enjoyed my time with you ladies.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I cannot believe an hour and a half went by so fast.
Yes.
Well,
this is what happens on Let's Connect.
Wow.
Yes.
But I'm Michelle, so glad that you came
yes.
with us, and we appreciate you coming, chatting with us, giving us tips and advice. So before you leave, right, because we know we can't take up too much of your time, leave us some tips, some more tips. Like, what would you, when you talk to people, because you do this as a business, you're a life and health coach. When you're coaching people, I know you sprinkled it throughout the entire conversation, but to wrap it up for everybody, grab your pen, grab your notebook, everyone, like we always tell you.
You're coaching me right now, Michelle. You're coaching me.
Yes, and Coach Reese and Coach me, as well as all of our listeners. What would you like to leave us today? I know one thing you just mentioned, which is really important in terms of starting with maybe one new food per day or something like that, or per week, or, if you can remind us of that and then give us a few more important tips.
Okay.
So we can take this forward.
All right. So just to reiterate, starting with one simple change, you can say this month, I'm going to commit to walking for 10 minutes, whether it be first thing in the morning or after work. The next month, you might say, you know what, I'm going to make sure I'm going to have a salad every day, or at least 5 days a week, something like that. So you're slowly adding on each month a new habit, healthy habit. So committing to that, because by the end of the year, you're going to have like 12 amazing new healthy habits, right? Then I know a lot of people say, well, what do you eat? What can I eat? Like, I feel like it's so hard to get so many really good foods in my diet. So I'm going to give you 3 S's. So you can do soups. A lot of times soups are healthy because you have vegetables and all the good stuff in them. Even if you have chicken or whatever, at least you're getting some of the good stuff alongside that, right? Then smoothies. Smoothies are a great way, a great breakfast, a great way to get a lot of plants in your diet by throwing fruits and the veggies in there, because a lot of times the veggies are masked by the sweetness of the fruits. And having a really good protein powder. I use a vegan protein powder, which is also sold by my company. But the reason why you want the protein is the protein is going to keep you fuller longer. And our protein powder also has a lot of fiber. So between the protein and the fiber, it keeps you satiated. I used to eat protein powders before and I would be hungry in like 20 minutes. I use this one. It keeps me full for like an hour and a half up to 2 hours, 2.5 hours, where it's like a meal. It can be used as a meal replacement. So soups and smoothies, right? Make sure it has a good amount of protein, make sure it has a good amount of fiber. And then the last thing is salads. I love to share how you can make salads in a jar. So this is something you can meal prep in the beginning of the week. Make your salads in a jar.
I went to your event with that. That was good.
Yes, Reese's been to one of our salad parties. We actually had it at her workspace, the salad party, 2 times.
Yes.
So you said make your salad when in advance?
In a jar.
I'm going to show you
salad in a jar.
What is that? How does that work?
I'm going to show you a picture. That is so funny. Oh, I think I
actually went to a salad event. Okay, girl.
A salad event.
Sure did.
I've never heard
of salad in a jar. You put your salad in a jar. That's it.
Oh.
Yes.
That's interesting. So for everybody who's on the live right now, take a look at your cameras. We're showing the salad in a jar. It's literally a jar and you have the salad in there and all the different components of the salad in the jar. But you're saying make this in advance?
Yes, because when you make them in mason jars, they store in your refrigerator for up to a week. So
that's my concern.
Used to have huge parties. Yeah, they stay fresh. Mason jars keeps your salad fresher than if you were to keep it in the actual container it was purchased in. So I used to have salad parties before the pandemic and we'd have like 20, 25 ladies and we'd all bring different toppings and salads and you make amazing salads. You make like 5 or 6 and put them in your fridge and you just grab one every day and you have your—
We need to do one again. We need to do one again. I know you have to be very pressed for time.
Back up again. Yeah,
maybe another time when you come on, we can film it. So you set up your camera.
Yeah, we could do a demo.
Yes, and you do a demo for us here and show us.
So if you guys want me to come back, I can demo the salad.
Absolutely.
I was doing it all last year. Yeah, people love it. It's such an easy meal prepping tool to grab that. And you put the salad dressing in the bottom, so you have everything in there. You don't have to worry about bringing an extra thing of salad dressing, and there's a system to it. But
yes, we could definitely have you back to do that.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So we're gonna
salads and smoothies.
Yes, soup, salad, and smoothies.
But when you're doing the salads, I noticed that you had the greens, the lettuce and stuff at the top, right? You don't put those at the bottom because then they get soggy if you put in the other ingredients, right? So that's the trick.
Correct. You are so, you are quick, Carol.
Oh, whatever.
When you pour it out, the salad's at the bottom and everything pours over it. So, when you pour it on the jar, the salad's at the bottom like it would be in a real salad. I didn't even know
that part.
All the toppings are going to drizzle over it. So it's perfect when you pour it out.
Look at that, Reese.
Yep.
Nice.
Something.
I like that. So when you come back, because I know you have to go. So you told us about the 3 S's really that you like to tell people about, which is soups, smoothies, salads. And another time, if you'll come back with us and share with us, actually set up the camera, do a demonstration for us. We would love to actually see the towers that you have in person. So if you could show them to us so people can really see what they look like, and also give us a demonstration of, excuse me, a salad party. so everybody can see
Okay.
how to do it.
Yes.
Maybe different types of salads to give people an idea of the different salads that they can make and store in the refrigerator. Oh, I'm gonna steal that idea. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you.
Yes. I'm glad you guys found value today, and thank you for having me.
Yes.
And
I'm
make
gonna
sure the
repeat your
next time you
website.
come, make sure the next time you come, you block out 3 hours for Let's Connect, okay? Because you know we can,
What? Girl.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We love
Because you
spending
know we
time
can
with you,
talk.
and we hope that you love
Yes.
spending time with us, and you can save us some time.
I have
next
kids I
time.
got to transport to the field right now. I'm like,
Oh no.
where's mommy?
All right.
Don't you knock that door.
Oh no. Okay, we know you
They're
have to
locked
go.
out.
Yes.
So again, your website is mfletcher.towergarden.com. Also,
Mhm.
mfletcher.juiceplus.com. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So these are the 2 websites, everybody. We'll put them up for you. Is there a number that people can reach you as well for the folks who may not be savvy enough to go to the websites?
Yes.
etc.? What's the telephone
Yeah.
number?
So my phone number is 954-261-7405. And they can call or text. If they text me first, I'll be more likely to answer my phone because I get so many spam calls. It's
Right.
crazy. So either
Yes.
way, they can leave a message if they call and I don't answer, and then I'll get back to them.
Absolutely. So everybody take advantage of the information. We thank you, Michelle, for coming and sharing with us. We appreciate it.
You're
Come on
welcome.
back.
Yes.
And when you're
Thank you,
done,
Michelle.
post a review for us on your page so that we can see it and we can grab it and link it to our page to let everybody know that you had a good time with us.
Hold on
And
a
then
second. It's Let's
I'm the
Connect
one.
with a K.
Yes.
Yes.
With a K.
Yeah, on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Awesome. I've
And
got
let
you
them know that
guys.
I'm
Yeah,
the
I already
innocent
liked the
one,
page
and
from
she-
last time.
See? Good.
Innocent,
Awesome.
my foot, innocent.
I'm gonna share this on my page. I love it.
All righty.
Thank you,
again,
my
Michelle.
dear.
Got those kids to the field right
Bye,
now.
ladies.
We'll see you
All righty.
soon.
Okay, take
Bye.
care.
Okay.
All right, Miss Reese. I
Yes.
love that. And guys, stick with us. We're still here. Our amazing guest, Michelle Fletcher. She just left. She's a certified, health and wellness coach. She is certified. Like we said, we always bring people who are certified in their field, professional folks who really do this for a living. They know what they're doing. They have their own companies. It's not just like Reese talking off the top of her head.
Right, listen, I Google, okay? Before I talk, I Google.
Or talking from Google Box. We have the people
Yes.
who know
Yes.
what they're talking about.
Yes.
So yes, I love it.
So
So
right
another,
now it's, go ahead.
I want, before we close that out, don't forget your thought, Reese, but before we close that out, this segment, I wanted to just touch on a couple more things really quickly, because when I was preparing for the show, I like for our guests to have the freedom and to feel comfortable enough to just be themselves and talk about what they do, because that's why they're here, to share their wisdom with us. But some common, I wanted to mention health and wellness. We talked about the 3 pillars of that, which is sleep, exercise, and nutrition. But I wanted to touch real quickly on other types of wellness as well. We're not going to go into all of that, but some things that you can do, folks, to improve your social wellness. There's something called social wellness, and that is, 1, practice self-care. We talked about that. We talk about this like every week, right, Reese?
Every week we talk about self-care.
We talk about self-care because it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. And we all need to get into this, including myself. So the more we talk about it, the more I hear it, is the more I remember. And again, one little thing per week or per day can be so helpful, for your mental health and stuff like that. Whether it is, like I always say, if you like baths or something, make some time at the end of the day after you put the kids to bed or whatever, your self-care, maybe it's taking a bath. Take a 10-minute bath, take a 20-minute, go run that water and put it in, you know, that little 10 minutes or 20 minutes
Smelly thing.
is for you, you know?
Yes.
Right? So that's the self-care that that's one of them that I'm listing here. Also, know yourself. That's a part of your social guidelines, right? Social wellness. Know yourself. Don't criticize or blame yourself. Please don't be too hard on yourself. And I'm saying that, but I'm always like my biggest critic. But I keep saying that, huh?
We all are our biggest critiques.
I am my worst critic. I'm so hard on myself with everything. And it's really, really bad. So I'm saying that not coming from a place of judgment for anyone. I'm just saying it because the more I hear it is the more I'll practice it as well. So maybe it'll help you guys also. Don't criticize or judge yourself so harshly or blame yourself for everything. And I'm saying this because I need to hear it. Own up to whatever your part is in whatever your life that you're doing. If you're not doing something right, own up to it and change it so you can fix it, right? Rekindle some of those good old friendships that maybe you need to rekindle. Again, that's something for me too. I have to remind myself, and nurture those relationships with people who are respectful, positive, and supportive. Because that's the key.
I think I have my friendships, son. I don't have no friends that I need to rekindle.
Right. Some of us lose contact, you know, this pandemic happened and we got cut off or this and that. You know,
I was just thinking if I have any thing, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Some of us, we've lost that contact. I know for me, that's a big deal also. I've lost some connections with certain friends and certain people that you used to connect with. Now we don't have them as much anymore because we're so tired of the Zoom and everything all the time that sometimes we don't even get on. And the stress of just talking to people on this device all the time, sometimes I can't be bothered. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it.
You see, it's not all what it's cracked up to be inside.
Yeah.
We do need outdoors. We need to interact with people.
Absolutely.
We need that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is the part
I guarantee that all the homebodies, that people who used to be homebodies, I bet you they're going to be set free now. They're going to be like, oh my God.
I'm one of those homebodies who I can't wait to be let out of this pen.
There's a difference. There's a difference when you sit home and you choose not to go outside, as opposed to you're ordered not to go outside or not to do certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference.
Absolutely. You're so right. Another part of, you know, social wellness too is do not, and this is, I like this one, don't be a flake. I can't stand flaky people. Don't be a flake. If you say you're going to do, be consistent with whatever it is that you're going to do. Whether it's a promise to yourself or it's a promise to friends and family or loved ones or whatever, you know, don't be flaky about it. If you're going to do something, set your mind to it and do it and be consistent about doing it. You know, Don't be flaky. Don't flake out on everything. Don't be a flake. Don't be a flake. You know, and then appreciate yourself and others. That I'm working on that. Appreciate. You don't appreciate me. I appreciate you, girl. I do. Okay. I'm not even going to lie about that. And I'm not being cheesy or anything, but I do appreciate you because there are some times when I am down in the dumps, like, whoo,
you keep me on my toes. You keep me on my toes. You like the soldier. When you see the soldier coming in, you attention. That's you, Carol. You keep me on my toes. I'm messing with you.
You see, you're always acting like I'm such a difficult person. I'm such a pain in the
No, you're not difficult, but girl, I'm messing with you. Stand at attention when you walk through that door. Stand up straight, shoulders straight.
Today I sent you a message. You're like, Carol, I did it. Okay. I'm like, oh, here we go again. I'm like, I gotta keep you reminded.
Yep. And people, she keep me in check. She keep Reese in check. I tell you, you better stand at attention when Carol comes through that door.
But you're a nut job, but I love you though, girl. Because see, this is where we balance each other out. Because you keep me a little bit more grounded, because then I'm like, I may get overboard with strategizing and overthinking and stuff like that. And then you're like,
And
well,
I'm the emoji with, when you get like that, I'm the emoji with the eyes rolled up like,
here she
here
goes
we go.
again.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. And then we're like, oh man, what? You ready to go? We could go. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Lucy.
I know. But I just said,
my dear,
we balance each other out.
we balance each other out. And that's the great thing about us. Okay. So yes, I appreciate you. I'm not even gonna lie. I do, you know. This is where we appreciate and
Same
respect
here.
our differences.
Yes, yes.
The other thing I want to mention real quick, I'm mentioning this because this is important. The last two types of wellnesses I want to mention, I really do, is workplace and school place and school wellness, because it's a big deal right now. So when I say workplace wellness,
Yeah, when you say workplace, what do you mean?
I
No
mean
drama?
that when you go to work, workplace wellness for your job, right? Right now, a lot of people are working from home. How do you maintain wellness in terms of your job? Working from home, now that comes with sitting down for long periods of time in front of this.
And you have to be disciplined.
And you have to be disciplined. You're talking with everybody on some sort of device. You're trapped in with this device. You may not be able to get up as frequently as you should. So you got to figure out and determine a plan for workplace wellness, because you're not everybody right now is going into the workplace right now in terms of that. So come up with a plan, everybody, to figure out that workplace wellness. And
you can't be laying in the bed taking calls.
Exactly. Can't lay down in the bed taking calls. And right now, their companies are spending, and this surprised me, $20 billion a year on direct costs of musculoskeleton, MSK for short, issues that people are having. So what that is really is, you know, and it's more than they spend on chronic diseases for their employees, like diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases. That's more money they're spending on these musculoskeletal diseases issues. Sitting down and hunched over in your chair, that's really what that is. You know, you develop back problems, you develop carpal tunnel syndrome, all of these types of issues, and companies are spending $20 billion a year on these types of issues. I developed carpal tunnel issues before. You know, so if you're sitting there and you're stuck in these devices, now I can't even see anymore, you know, because you're staring at the screen all day, every day for hours and hours at a time. So there are so many issues. So you want to pay attention to that, people. Maybe that is getting up, walking away from the devices whenever you can, when you get a chance. Just buying things for your seat, ergonomic solutions. And I'm combining this with the school right now too, because my kid just last week was having a whole lot of back problems, because you're sitting there hunched over, they're working all day on these little devices, and all day your spine is all curved. They're not sitting straight, back straight, this and that. You're curved, you work the type of blah, blah, blah. So she was complaining for back issues. I was like, what? I had to get her something to put in the chair so that it can straighten out her spine and helps with that kind of stuff. So these are all of these issues that people need to workplace wellness. And maybe look into your company. A lot of companies have these guidelines. Look into and ask your company, what offerings do they have to help you with workplace wellness? Look into it. It's there for you. Inquire about it. Ergonomic. I just made some notes on there for that. So, you know, tips. What did I write? I can't even remember all the stuff that I wrote, but those are some of the issues that I wrote down. Check with your company. Companies have different types of guidelines, wellness guidelines. They offer wellness packages. Believe it or not, maybe it's also for mental health. A lot of companies, as part of their employee package, they have this health line, hotline, or whatever you can call. You can schedule some appointments to go get some mental wellness checkup. And please, people, don't think about the stigma of what that means. If you need to talk to someone and your workplace offers it and you don't have to pay extra for it because your job offers it, take advantage of it. Okay, please, folks. A lot of times our Black and brown people, we don't want to go for therapy. We don't want to talk to anybody. We hold it in. Take advantage of it. Your company's offering it. Use it. Okay.
Can't tell me twice.
Yeah.
Use it, people. Use it.
Absolutely. Use the resources that are out there for you in terms of workplace wellness. It's a big deal. Don't sit there staring at the screen. Get up, walk away, make a little plan. Walk away from the devices, get some of those ergonomic solutions, put it in your chair to straighten up your spine, etc. Make sure that you are comfortable. A lot of companies have these different types of guidelines that they put out there too about the company and about what you should be expecting or how well you should live to help you. So look into it, all right? Yes, and Sandra, hey Sandra, Sandra has joined us as well. Yeah, we love it. We love our friends. We love the support. Sandra, girl. Sandra says, yes, do the best that you can. And as we know, Sandra is HR. She's is in charge of human resources for her company for the entire United States. And her company is very large. So Sandra knows all about the company resources and all of that. And what she's telling us on the live right now is do the best you can when you have the resources for free available to you from the companies. Make sure that you are using it. Don't sit at home and let all this stuff go to waste. Okay, because you have it, they have it there for you. They spend money, they put money aside for that. Use it. Okay, look into it. And in terms of school wellness, I wanted to mention that with the school wellness, it's for employees of the schools as well as for the kids. The teachers are struggling as much as the kids are struggling. Yes. And when the teachers are struggling, guess what, Reese? What does that mean for the kids? Huh?
The kids struggle and the parents.
And the parents are struggling. And I'm telling you right now, my kid is struggling as a result of some of her teachers.
Listen, my kids, I have to make sure that they're up and not in the bed. Because when they're in the bed, they think you need to go around the table.
Oh yeah. Oh, my kids' school doesn't even allow that, and they have to keep their cameras on. They have, and not only that, the parents are not allowed in the space with them because the teachers want control of the space. So they have to have their own space for school, and there is no bed. You can't sit in the bed. You can't, and not even on the sofa. The sofa is not recommended either. So if at least get a table.
Not in Florida. Not in Florida. They don't need to have the cameras on.
Really?
Constantly.
Wow. That must be hard to manage.
And they're big. I forget I'm on radio during the day. I'm on big A kids.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, I'm true. I can't wait for them to go back in the classroom.
Oh my goodness. That's tough. That's tough. And for you guys who are listening, if you have access to the Facebook Live right now, Sandra has posted some links for us in terms of company wellness, etc., or just health and wellness for women. There are some links that she provided, www.healthywomen.org. That's for women, obviously. Healthywomen.org or medicaresupplement.com/content/women's health resources. So there are some links that Sandra has provided for your health and wellness and well-being that you can look into, and we'll put the links up for you guys so you can go and click on it. If you're not sure where to go, we're happy to provide you with these resources. So thanks, Sandra, for that. But back to the school wellness, Reese, you're so right. It's for both the employees, students, eating healthy, same thing. getting physical activity. That I know is a big issue because right now the kids are overwhelmed, and my kid is spending so much time doing homework and stuff. We do not get enough physical activity. And then if my child is, struggling with that and spending all that time indoors doing work, also I'm not getting enough physical activity either.
You have to do that balance. You have to create that balance. That's where the balance comes in.
Right. And then for the employees and the teachers or whatever for that school wellness, basically the happier they are is the happier they will make the kids as well. So we want to, again, the employees and teachers and schools, whatever, they need to check in with their employers and the school board and the school system. What are the different employee wellness or the school wellness programs that are available to them as well? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are some tips that I wanted to give to everybody in terms of wellness programs, what you need to be doing at your different companies. Look into it. Hey, Andre is back with us. He had popped off for a minute. He's back with us. We love that you're here, Andre. And Sandra and Michelle and everybody who's been hanging with us, and Maureen out of Maryland, and everybody is in different places. So we love you guys for sticking with us and being with us. And Reese, you wanted to mention something before. I just had to close out our health and wellness segment before we got off topic.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
But right now it's 5:35. Can we take a 5-minute break?
You want to take a 5-minute break?
5 people were coming back.
We know you guys love to hear us chatting and yippity yapping. We're not going anywhere.
So we're taking a commercial break.
Our health and wellness, discussion that we had today. We're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to have some water because we're parched, and run to the restroom, do whatever. So we're going to just take a quick little break right now, just for 5 minutes, and we're coming right back. So don't go anywhere. We have more show for you.
All righty. All right, we're back. You can hear me? All right, we're back.
I hear you. So I know some of our wonderful friends were asking where we are. We're here.
I
We're
tell you,
here.
man.
We didn't go anywhere, but I put in our live that we just took a quick break, a little commercial break,
Another commercial break.
but we didn't go anywhere. We're still here. But we're back. We're back, everybody. So if you left us, come on back.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
left us to take a little break yourself. Come on back. I see we have some of our friends who popped off for a second, but that's all right. You guys were with us
Yes.
for the whole time. We appreciate you. We love you as always. We're not mad at you.
Not at all. We appreciate that you even jumped on in the first place.
Yeah, we love that
Yeah.
you guys love our show and you support us by just coming on with us. You know, that's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we need. As long as you stick with us. All right. We're
And
good.
the fact, and so I'm just gonna put on my begging. I'm just gonna start begging from now.
Yes, please.
If you guys want us, love our show, you can donate a little something. Cause it takes money to run the station and all of that good stuff. And as Carol had mentioned earlier, I need a new headset, so anybody that feel generous, they can buy me a new headset. No. But yeah, as Carol mentioned earlier, we are in the process of doing merchandise for Let's Connect. We don't know what we're doing yet, but I know one of them we said we wanted to do was notebooks. Because we're always saying grab your notebook and your pens, we're gonna write stuff down. So we are going to we haven't decided what merchandise we're gonna do yet, but we're gonna, have some stuff out there you can, purchase to support us and to help, keep the show going because we love doing the show. And yeah, that's what we want. If you have a business out there, if you have an event that you want to be advertised, we do that. You can connect with us through email or on the Facebook page, and we'll be able to give you more details as far as pricing and stuff. And as I said, we do events. We can, advertise your events that you have coming up or your um if you have a business, we would love to do the advertising for you guys. We are online, which means everybody in the whole wide world is listening because we have listeners from the other day I was looking at the report and there was some country that I didn't even know of that listens to us.
Wow.
I mean, we have listeners from England, Jamaica, of course, Canada. I mean, we have Brazil, people listening in Brazil, so we're getting there, we have over 3,000 listeners, so, as I said, we would love to do business with you guys and we want you guys to come on the show and do a spotlight on your business, all of that good stuff. So tell a friend about our show. And if you missed any of our shows, just go on YouTube. We're there on Let's Connect, and that's with a K. And we just want this thing to grow. We want it to grow. Love that you guys are following us. And if you have any suggestions, anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Hit us up. We want to talk about it too. And now the phone lines. We have the phone lines where you can call in. We want to hear you. More Carol, more so, because she loves when the phone rings.
Oh, yes.
So,
I
yes.
love hearing our listeners and chatting with them. Yeah.
So
You guys make my day.
So that's what we want. So just tell a friend about our show and so we can we have deep discussion sometimes and then we have fun. As long as Reese is on Let's Connect, there will be some type of fun. Okay.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? I don't have
I
fun?
said, of
What are you
course.
trying to say,
Yeah,
huh?
you have fun, but you have a different type of fun than me.
You, you
I just don't have no sense. That's my problem. You understand? That's where I need
hotmess.com
you.
fun, huh?
The hot mess. That's where I need you to balance me out.
Hotmess.com fun.
I'm a hot mess. And before anybody can talk that, yes, people, I know I'm a hot mess. So, so that's what I want you guys to remember, to support us. And as I said, we love to come on Wednesdays because we have no life and we love to share with you guys. All right?
Of course. We love being here. We love supporting you guys. We love talking with you. I love when you guys come on and share with us, ask us your questions. You know, like you came on before, all the different links that you guys give us to let us know any other resources that you have that we don't know about. Yes, we love that. We appreciate it so much, and we take all the information and then we share it with everyone else. And our guests that we bring on, we bring them on so that they can also share with you guys and share their expertise with you. So I love when you come on and ask them questions. Let them know that you're listening and you're going to check whatever that they're talking about, and you have more questions for them. So they, you know, they clarify, and I'm sure they appreciate that as well, because they appreciate that they took time out of their busy schedules, because yes, these people are running businesses and of their own,
Yes.
and they have different things that they're doing. So they take time for our audience. I love that. So the way
Yeah.
our audience pays that back and pays it forward is by calling in, joining the discussion, asking questions, letting us know that they are appreciating the effort and the time that these guests are putting in to coming on
Let's
and
Connect
talking
is
to
gonna
them.
Let's Connect is gonna blow.
We're connecting everybody. So we're connecting our
Connecting.
listeners, we're connecting the professionals, we're connecting the business folks. So we're connecting the entire society, you know, and that's what we're here for.
Yes.
So I love it. I can't get enough of it.
We know.
Hey,
If you
Brett. Brett is on checking us out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for popping in with us. See, I love when people pop in, even if you can't stay with us the entire time. We get it. We understand, you know, but as long as our listeners are supporting Brett, we're so glad that you're here. And we're going to have you back again, because Brett was the financial expert. Brett came on and talked about the financial aspects and all his business. So we'll have Brett come back when we do more finance stuff, people. And Brett will
Yes.
share with us. And I know Brett has been busy with a whole lot of that. You'll see Brett Borrows.
Is Brett the chef?
Brett, yes, also the chef.
You see how I remember about food?
You remember the food. And Brett was gonna do just for us, because he loves us so much. He was gonna come on and do a food segment with us before, but he wasn't able to do that. So we'll ask Brett another time to come back and help us out with all of that.
Yes.
But I want to read a poem before we get out of here.
A food poem?
Because I love that folks are appreciating my readings in terms of my voiceover. And this poem, I'll tell you in a minute, but I want to just remind everybody that I do voiceover. I have a voiceover company called Lights Action Voiceover, everybody. I want to remind you of this again. Lights Action Voiceover. You can find it on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Same thing everywhere. Lights Action Voiceover. Look it up. I will post the link in this on our YouTube page here at the bottom of this episode. You'll see the link to the voiceover as well. And voiceover, again, really is just putting voice over whatever product. Your audiobook. Someone just reached out to me, Reese, based on one of my readings about doing an audiobook for them.
Okay.
It's an author who has been using Audible. Everybody knows about Audible. has been using Audible to do their audiobooks.
Right.
Was
They're the
not
number
pleased.
one company, right?
Number one for doing audiobooks, but they were not pleased about the work that they were,
Wow.
on Audible, and liked my readings that much that they reached out to me on LinkedIn to talk about doing some audiobooks. I
told
also,
you.
so yes, so this is a part of what voiceover is. And another piece of the voiceover, like I said, if you have, hey Sharon, welcome. Sharon Grace just joined us for a few minutes. So we're talking about voiceover right now. So if you guys have a business and you want some voiceover, it's also to do a professional voicemail for you. That's a part of voiceover. One thing Reese and you and I had talked about is if you have a health and wellness, like a spa business, when people call up, okay, my style is geared more towards being soothing, relaxing. That's like the number one term for my voiceover that everyone talks about. It's soothing, it's relaxing. So if you have a spa, it is very good for you, or a professional business, because my background is in corporate. That's the tone that you're going to usually get. Not that I can't do other things, but those are my specialties. All right. So it'll be talking about if you have a spa or a wellness type business, etc., or a professional type business, my voiceover can enhance to your callers or your customers when they're calling you to tell them what your business is about. So give them a little bit more information. If they don't get you and they get your voicemail, I will do that for you. So reach out to me. And if you have a spa and you have people maybe in the waiting room or calling you, you want to have this like an advertising to talk about what your business is going to do for them. All right. Maybe they're laying on your table or something while they're relaxing. I will talk to them. Okay. So let me know what your voiceover needs are. But right now, since we did health and wellness today and we talked about food, I want to read something. All right. And I'm going to set up my camera, see if I can record this, record myself doing this reading for this voiceover here. Right? Reese, Miss Reese?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to do for all of you folks out there right now in listener land and watching us live on Facebook, I'm going to do a special reading for a nice little poem that we did today. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to read something for you. So again, this is Carol Tanya from Lights Action Voiceover, and part of our radio show for Let's Connect today. I'm reading a poem by Maya Angelou. It's called The Health Food Diner. No sprouted wheat and soya shoots and Brussels in a cake. Carrot straw and spinach raw. Today, I need a steak. Not thick brown rice and rice pilaf, or mushrooms creamed on toast, turnips mashed and parsnips hashed. I'm dreaming of a roast. Health food folks around the world are thinned by anxious zeal. They look for help in seafood kelp. I count on breaded veal. No smoking signs, raw mustard greens, zucchini by the ton, uncooked kale and bodies frail are sure to make me run to loins of pork and chicken thighs and standing rib so prime. Pork chops brown and fresh ground round. I crave them all the time. Irish stews and boiled corned beef and hot dogs by the scores, or any place that saves a space for smoking carnivores. Let me know what your voiceover needs are.
You took food to a different level. And never eat the same again.
What did you think of that?
What
What did you think about that reading? Guys, let me know if you
I-
like that reading that I just did by Maya Angelou. It's
Did you talk
called,
about steak and veal and this and
it's called The Health Food Diner. That's right.
and
I hope
every
you
time
like
I'm eating, I'm gonna remember.
it.
I'm gonna
All right, everybody. So before we get out of here, I've always loved poetry also. I'm not claiming to be a spoken word person. This is just a part of voiceover, and it's just to demonstrate another form of voiceover. It's called narration. And I was just doing a reading by Maya Angelou, so I put my interpretation of that poem. And of course, it was kind of an impromptu because it's not like I've been practicing that for the last month or something. I just read it for you guys on the screen in ode to what we talked about today about health and wellness and about foods, different types of foods to eat, etc. Now, I mean, it's a little it's a little fun that I was having because we talked about health foods and this and that. And this poem is like, listen, all of you guys eating kale and all that stuff, we want the real stuff, right, Reese?
raw kill. Give me
Raw
the
kale. But
yes.
anyways, thank you guys again. We love you. That was my voiceover. But before we get out of here, Reese, we want to talk about the e-girl work bar. E-girl
Well,
Friday
same.
work bar.
E-girl Friday work bar. As you know, actually last Saturday we had a sip and paint with the kids. I had 16 girls. It was awesome. And they were sipping on their Capri packs, okay, while they were painting. And it went so well that we're having it next month again. It's going to be every third Saturday. So it's basically a venue spot for pop-up shops, showers, you name it. We can conform it to anything you want. And it's also a co-sharing workspace. So that's basically it. You come in, do some work. Instead of being in Starbucks with all the noise and whatever, you come to E-Girl Friday Work Bar. You get your work done. We have a special going on, $25 for the day. And that gives you an 8-hour day access to you have access to the internet, tea, coffee, snacks, faxing, all of that.
Yeah, I
So
did notice that you posted something and events that you're having there. So people, again, if you're looking for a co-sharing workspace, to get out of your own space, maybe you're working from home like we talked about today in terms of workplace wellness, etc. This is a part of that. You may want to get out of that space. There is social distancing precautions that Reese makes sure that she takes there. So that's taken into consideration rather, social distancing precautions. So, but you may want to get out of your house. If you have a client meeting, you can meet them there. Okay. So
yep,
look it up, e-girl Friday work bar. What's the website again?
it's www.egirlfriday, V as in Victor, A as in Apple.com. And you'll
E-girl
see
Friday
all this
work bar, e-girl Friday VA.
V as in Victor, A as in Apple.com.
There you have it, people. Look it up, book your space on there, book some space for yourself for whatever event you may want to have, or a pop-up shop any pop-up event or any kind of event that you want to have. It's beautiful space. Look up the pictures, you'll see it there. So we're almost out of time to get out of our show. So right now, we're going to close out by thanking you for being with us another Wednesday, another week. We are here every Wednesday, everybody, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love you. We thank you for sharing with us, for rocking with us. This is the show called Let's Connect, the show where you find
more compassion,
more empathy, and
and
less
less
judgment.
judgment.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.